All right, Heather, thank you. She is a dancer, an author, a transformational guide, and she's joining us now to talk about her new book and an event that's happening here in San Diego this weekend. We want to welcome Banafsheh Sayyad. Banafsheh, good morning. It's so good to see you.
Good morning.
You have a new book, The Dance of Oneness.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, I wrote this book from a deep longing to bring people back into their bodies, especially at this time where so many of us feel disconnected, overwhelmed, and disembodied. And my hope is that by reading this book, people will feel more at ease in their bodies and understand that the body, reconnect with the body as a source of wisdom, resilience, and groundedness, healing, so that they can feel more alive and more at ease and more able to meet the challenges that are so rampant in these days.
How does one do that through dance and through body movement?
Well, there's really no other way to come into a grounded, centered feeling within ourselves unless we move our body, unless we are able to inhabit ourselves more fully and connect with the source of aliveness.
You know, you have a very special journey growing up in Iran, and this is a country that has always forbidden women to be able to do this. I mean, most people are not even allowed to dance out in the streets. When you talk about having that as a form of resilience and dance, how powerful that simple movement of dance is in the world today.
Yes, I mean, it makes everybody feel more alive and more joyful. You know, it doesn't take much just to put on the music that you like and let your body move. And like you said, growing up in Iran, a place where eventually women's dancing in public became banned, it was very important for me to connect with dance as a liberating practice. You know, I faced both the suppression, but I could sense this profound possibility for freedom and liberation that so many people in Iran have now connected with as well. As you remember, in the Woman Life Freedom movement that erupted in 2022, dance became a form of protest. And what excited me so much about that was that people weren't just showing or stating what they were against, they were standing in what they were for, which is freedom, dignity, and autonomy.
And you talk about even that form of protest, Banafsheh, even in the recent funerals that happened over the past few months, we started to see so much dancing happening at these funerals.
Which is just so incredibly profound, and it has astounded everyone around the world. You know, how can you dance at the funeral of your own child? It shows you that people are saying that you may kill our bodies, but you cannot kill our spirit. Our spirit and our desire and love for life and freedom is much bigger than your violence and brutality. It's really astounding.
And finding that connection to dance, there's many days I have very hard days. I go home and just put on a good song, and I could be very sad, but that dance and that movement of the body, I feel like gets things out.
Yes, and it's not about ignoring what is happening, because you cannot possibly do that, especially in these times. It is finding a way to meet it with more aliveness, more capacity, so that it's not overwhelming you, but that you're bigger than what is happening.
So you have your book here. You're in San Diego. You have a special event that's happening tomorrow. Do you want to tell us about it, because people could come out and meet you?
Yes. So at the Barnes Noble bookstore in Encinitas, I have a book reading and signing, and during this event I will also speak about what has, you know, how dance has evolved as a form of protest, a very powerful form of activism, but also spiritual activism. As you mentioned, people dancing at funerals, and just how did this happen and what it means.
Yes, and hopefully that will inspire people to maybe bring this into their lives. The book is called Dance of Oneness, and we'll get the information up on our website, fox5sandiego.com. Click the Scene on tab if you'd like to meet Banafsheh tomorrow, 6 p.m. at the Barnes Noble in Encinitas. Thank you for being here.